Alrighty, this will be video one of, I don't know how many, but I thought we could go over the types of bench shirts and how to wear a shirt, and I think that'll be good for today. There are pretty much Inzer and Titan are the two brands. Oni also exists. There might be another one that I'm forgetting, but Inzer and Titan are the main two brands, and by and large, everyone uses Titan. Inzer, I mean, they make shirts, and there are maybe 5% of people, maybe 1% of people use the Inzer shirts. Not really sure why. I've never used them. I've never seen, I don't think I've seen any huge benches done in them. Everyone uses Titan. Now, the most common Titan shirt is probably this one that I have here, which is the Titan Super Katana. Now, the Super Cat is, the collar is reinforced slightly. There you go, you can see that. And the material is thick. There is also the regular katana, and below that there is the F6, and below that there is the Fury, and I don't know if there's anything below that. You can get carryover from any bench shirt. The Fury is fine. The F6 is great. I think I've gotten 40 kilos out of that. The Super Cat, which I have here, is the most popular one. More intense than this would be the low cut collar, and that is simply where the collar is, as the name implies. It's scooping down here. That is those are the main shirts. Now, in terms of wearing it, the shirt has quite a few dials on it, but in general, you line up the seam there with your forearm bone, and you just pull up. Now, if you want to get the most out of a shirt, you would wear this as low as possible, towards the elbow. Just like if someone was spotting you on a dumbbell bench, they're not going to spot you from up at your triceps or your shoulder. They're going to spot you at the elbow joint on a dumbbell bench. It's the same idea. To give you the most support, you're going to want to wear this low on the arm. That will make it considerably harder to touch, though. Same with the collar. I wear it as high as possible. However, if you want to get more kilos out of a shirt, you can try pulling it down. However, again, you will probably find it'll cause more problems than rewards. You can also pull at the sides of the sides of the shirt, or at the bottom of the shirt, underneath a belt that will also jack it down and remove the slack on the body of the shirt. Again, I don't do any of that, and I get a sizable amount of carryover. All I do is wear the sleeves low. I put the collar as high as possible and the body of the shirt as loose as possible. A belt is used just to ensure that it doesn't fold, that the chest plate does not fold. Just like you've probably noticed on a slingshot if you've ever used that. That's all a belt is really there to do, is to just keep it in place. Those are kind of the main knobs on a shirt. You can also twist the sleeves and do all that sort of stuff, but for beginners, I would recommend one using something like an F6. Just the material is thinner. It's a more forgiving shirt. It's less of a dramatic change from your raw technique. But if there is a Super Cat, that's totally fine. You'll just try and keep things loose. Try and get reps in the equipment. I would not recommend trying to put the sleeves as low as possible by the elbow. I would not try and recommend jacking the collar down. I wouldn't do any of these things. Understand that the chest plate size is going to have the largest impact on how much weight it takes to touch. So in general, you're going to want to keep the chest plate big. So you're going to use a looser shirt, and then the sleeves you can tighten to assist with the lockout. So the chest plate you want to stretch out on the way down, load it full of tension, that will get you going, and then the sleeves will help you lock out. Loose sleeves with a tight chest plate will be a nightmare. That is just because you will get a bit of an initial pop and then you'll have a significant amount of weight to try and handle without the assistance of the shirt. That's going to be a nightmare. So hopefully this covers the basic knobs of a shirt and how generally you want to wear it as a novice. You want the collar as high as possible. You want to use a shirt with a bigger chest plate. The sleeves I would not bring all the way down to the elbow. I would probably bring it somewhere down to here perhaps. That seems reasonable. Collar high, I would keep slack around the body, and I would just use a belt so it doesn't fold on you. I can get into technique and programming stuff later, but hope that kind of gives you an idea on how to wear the shirt to get started and what sort of knobs there are on the shirt. Hope that helps.